Welcome back in, everyone, to EA Sports coverage of the NFL. They begin the drive with Robinson. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Washington on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. And now this offense... They begin the drive with Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life. But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this will be taken at the 13. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense back out there. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Lance looking to throw it. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1 minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock, give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half. It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play, one-on-one match.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Now Wilson. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down.
Holding offensive.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, and those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And they were losers in their ball game as they were outplayed by the visiting New York Jets. Tua Tagovailoa, 3 touchdown passes as his guys bounced back from the defeat on opening weekend. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And things didn't work out for them as they fall to the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Miles Sanders, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Broncos. And they were able to have a little bit of success on the ground. The question will be, will they stick with it? Or will they be throwing more to try and regain this lead? Meanwhile, for Washington, we take a look there at the numbers for them running the football in that first half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And the half will begin with a touchback. So here is Washington now to take over. They were winners over the Jets a week ago, and they are in the driver's seat right now as well. Second half begins with a run by Robinson. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Second down and a run by Robinson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. 103 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lance. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Here's Lance. And he will find his man on the outside. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 42. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 42-yard line. Back to the ground with Robinson. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That good for 22 and a first down. Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the C's opened up for him.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. There's Wilson to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.